It's quite lucky that like a lot of these hotels have 2 cook chairs now.
I know, but it's like clearly I think cucking's getting bigger and bigger.
Maybe it's the couple just watch the stranger wank now.
Imagine having to tap out halfway through and be like, we should just all have a wee sit down. Watch this guy for
this guy that we got off thrinder.com.
Is that a thing?
Probably.
Judge Thrinder.
There's got to be a Thrinder. I couldn't have just invented Thrinder. That can't be right. That was already
there's, you know what's like eye opening as you get older, is you realise that like swinging and that in the UK is everywhere.
Aye.
Because like I remember
there's a comedian with their own swinging Instagram.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to name names, but there is a comedian. I found out yesterday about it. They've got their own Instagram for swimming.
Well, I'm trying to think of what a comedian who's into cuck stuff could be called.
It would be so easy today as a comedian now if you were just like cooking about, because you're just like a nomad cook, aren't you? You're just like a road warrior cook.
Yeah,
you're not just cooking for the same few couples. You would be the cook though, wouldn't you?
Michael Cuckentire.
You'd be making the cook.
Yeah. How funny would it be if it was like a clean comic and then like Michael McIntyre and his new DVD just had 20 minutes about the weird etiquette of swinging. And he's like, he's lying there on my bed.
And then he goes to take a run up and then stops.
He's hard, he's soft. Come on, man. He tries to switch on the bedside lamp, the other one comes on. The lamps are too complicated.
Why is there always one big cock chair and one little cock chair? Is it big cock, little cock?
Just trying to force really relatable cock material. Are you dogging? Fuck, man, that's so funny. Michael Cuckentire.
That needs to be a new Instagram thing now. Yeah. You're gonna do the Michael Cuckentire. You know how Red Richardson's always doing Goggins.
Yeah.
He's always doing parody Goggins, like toxic, stay toxic.
So funny as well.
You've got to do Michael McIntyre routines.
Michael Cuckentire and like who else could you do? Seinfeld, just doing like.
What is the deal with cocking?
It's like,
who wants to watch that?
Yeah.
I don't even like catching myself in the mirror.
Yeah. He's eating my wife's pussy. My wife's pussy. And I'm sitting here in a cuck chair enjoying this?
No, to John Mulaney. Okay, so my wife. Remember my wife? We got divorced.
Yeah. My wife is a little Jew.
That's because she started cucking me when I cheated.
I told her I didn't want to have babies and then I immediately went and done it with another woman.
Cucking? That's not cooking, John. No. That's not cooking. You're cunt.
You seen his new face?
That's
people are really angry about his new face. Because he's definitely had like work done, but
it's so funny how Chris Rock done a routine ages ago with celebrities going, I'm on base, Maria, I'm on base, and he was just being like, how am I going to get out of this? The Chris Rock routine. I'll do the Chris Rock routine.
It's true, man. It works, and also like that because I think normal people like we do that thing where when you get out of a relationship you hit the gym really hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Try and get yourself looking as good as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But like, imagine adding in the fact that you're like multi-millionaire celebrity and you can literally just come back with Barry Manilow's face. You got a pregnant actress. You got like a whole new face. You're the host. You're hosting SNL and that. What a nightmare.
I hope she's with just some like nice tradesman. She's got a bit of that guy's money after he stiffed that guy. Let's fucking relegate him.
The cucking thing is I don't even like it when the cleaners come in my room.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I can't imagine a guy coming around to film a missus and like...
We'll always have a whinge with the cleaners coming around on the day you're checking out. You clean up and then let me back in and then have to just do another meeting afterwards.
Don't make me deal with the shame. Man, these guys like... I'm a very socially awkward person, which is weird because when you stand up, I think people think that you're just like a social butterfly. Mm-hmm. But like imagine just setting it up that another person's going to come around to your room. I'd be so awkward. I'd be like, I'm really sorry, mate, but I've just realised there's only one tea bag here. I said, alright, can I have that? You can have her.
Yeah, I'll have the tea.
I'll have the tea. You're like the chamomile.
Everything's set up for two, isn't it? You know, you get biscuits and I was twos.
It's only 2 mugs here, mate. Sorry.
No, it's not really ideal for a third person. I've had a threesome in a hotel room, like, and I went and the music ran out. I sat to put a playlist together and rang up a couple of lines of meow meow.
Yeah, you didn't.
Genuinely not even cool.
You didn't have enough faith in yourself to make a long enough playlist.
I didn't have Matty was going to be there. Problem shared. Problem. Sharing a problem.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Threesome guys on usually
Also,
a bit longer.
Was it meal?
It was a good one. The better one, Connor. Everything's better when your mates are there. You didn't want your last. There wasn't me missus, by the way. Just for security. It was. I cheated. No, I'm fucking.
Just keep digging this hole.
It was well before our time. We're like with that one. It's like very much like woman's in control, men are at her mercy, right? And you're there with one of your pals, right? It's like it's actually a weirdly comfortable situation to be in. But I feel like if it was like with me missus and one of our mates, I'd just be engaged in psychological warfare.
Who did disappoint first?
End up having a 3-way stair wank.
So is it the new Dyson?
I was having the good threesome and Matty thought it was gay of us to sit on the chair while...
To shag each other?
While they were shagging. I was like, I'm caddying here, I'm racking up and putting some tunes on.
Oh god, nah, I don't think I couldn't do it, man. Like, because I've got that thing, like, I feel like if I met eyes with a mate during it, it'd be like when you get kicked out of class at high school. And you look through the window to get your mate's eye. I feel like that would start happening.
Does happen. You end up doing a lot of giggling. But like always, like it's the three of you giggling because you're rattling on the joke.
You put the lights on and realise that she's gone. It's just been the two of you for the last 20 minutes.
I had one where it was Matty and the girl's lying around just pointing at the bed, just painting the picture.
By the way, there's no one else here.
I hate the same girl as well because it's like ever since I heard Catherine Ryan say like when she got the ick when like someone wrote a letter and said girl. I've always said girl to mean woman. But I think it has it has recently been like infantilized. And every time I catch myself doing it now, like since I listened to the Catherine Ryan podcast, I always like squirm at saying it, but I'm so like socially conditioned to like my friends and my boys. The lasses, the girls.
The girls. I think that
like it's taken as a real like fucking struggle to unwire.
The ladies.
The ladies.
Because that sounds disingenuous. Like
the ladies. So the lady was lying down, and Matthew was perpendicular.
Oh fuck! I didn't realise we were getting a maths lesson here as well.
I'm painting the picture with.
We were just both running our parallel.
And I came in parallel to Matty, but still perpendicular to her, right? So my hands had the headboard, right, and then Matty started using me for leverage.
Oh yeah, that's not.
He grabbed her shoulder, Connor.
He put her in the old huddle.
He created a pyramid essentially. But like I was facing the same way as him, so it wasn't like the traditional threesome pyramid.
Deeply uncomfortable.
But he definitely, you should never connect the points of the dots on it.
You should never. Mate, we're doing the act of lovemaking here. We're not doing hamstring stretches at fives. Don't use me for stability.
At five, fine. We cock's not out. Grab my shoulder at fives, right? Don't grab my shoulder at the urinal.
That would be such a move though. You just grab the random guy next to your shoulder at the urinal and started singing the national anthem.
But it's patriotic, so you kind of help yourself.
To just go for it. Fuck, that's funny, man. Yeah, but I don't. It's one thing I can't get my head around. One thing that I am surprisingly alright with though is I find it really funny when a guy tries to flirt with my fiancée in front of me.
Aye. Do you think they can help it? Do you think they mean to? Or do you think that's just how they like?
I think that's
how they've trained themselves to talk to women.
Some guys are just like dirty dogs, and But like I find it funny now, like maybe earlier in the relationship it would have made me insecure. But you know, it's like once you've been through enough stuff with your partner, you're like this guy with a fucking man bun is of no actual risk to me here. It's just funny.
And also, it's like that balance, isn't it? Because I notice it when people ignore me wife. When like that's not somebody that can help me in comedy or whatever, right?
It's not a person of high enough social value to me right now.
You get that a couple of people just like not talk, right? So you always be conscious of like not to be that person, and then you'll like make a special effort to talk to the guest in the dressing room. But then you also would never want to be like that to be construed as you're flirting because you're engaging. So like I feel like I'd rather someone flirted with me wife than ignore her. That's what I'm saying.
The only way I speak to women in social settings is I get them to sit in a chair and I kneel down. Hi. And I pat the top of their head when they're talking. Well, good for you.
You're there in a chair.
Yeah.
And you're kneeling down.
I want them
but you're patting their head, so you're reaching right up.
No. I'm standing up.
You're standing
in a chair. The way that I speak to them, the way that you're not supposed to talk to a little person.
Okay.
You know, they're like, just talk to me like a normal person. That's what I talk. I'm trying to give off I'm as little threat as possible. Or I just won't talk to them.
Just patronise them. Talk down to them like a child.
Yeah.
Or just anything but flirt with them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be accused.
It'd be so funny if you just were like, any time a woman started talking in a social set and you were just like,
alright, I'm married.
Chill out.
Shag me. Have you seen the video of the man that tried to save the child from crossing the road? And it was just a little person.
It's a little person. It's the one.
It's a little person who just runs up like, who's this baby?
Yeah.
Like sweeps up.
The guy's so angry as well.
It's like he's got such a grown-up face around as well. He's got like a bit of facial hair. Looks a little bit like a crackhead.
Do you remember that awful film, Little Man? The Wayans made it, and that was the plot of it. Was one of the Wayans brothers played like he was a CGI budget.
So they put just because you just couldn't get hold of any.
Yeah, exactly. So they put a real Wayans brothers head on a CGI little person.
Must have been Marlon.
Little body. And the whole plot of it was that he was I think he's like a bank robber guy, or he was a thief.
Paul the Dwarf and Blythe.
Paul the Dwarf.
Paul the Dwarf and Blythe. They used to chuck him through the window, stopping the fire doors. Did the Wayans brothers do movie with Paul the Dwarf?
Yeah. So the plot of.
I think he's dead now, Paul the Dwarf.
Yeah, they don't live long. I don't know.
Not in prison.
I don't know. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. He doesn't have to bend down if he drops the soap at least.
Flex it up.
Oh man. But I'll try and keep this back on track. No, so the plot of that is, which is really fucked up, is that he poses to be a baby. For this family to like take him in, and he's going to rob the family.
Nice. So he gets adopted as a midget.
Yeah.
So how do you get put in the system then?
I can't remember.
I want to see the prequel of this.
Yeah, the ins and outs, but
I must have thought it through.
Yeah, but like they discover halfway through that he's got a tattoo and that.
Take away, like
hilarity ensues.
You don't really get babies with tattoos since the concentration camps.
That's a serial number.
Did they tattoo the babies?
I don't know if
I've just read the tattooist of Auschwitz and he never mentioned the babies.
Yeah, I mean they weren't animals.
Huh?
Oh, did you hear that?
That was your tummy rumble.
My stomach rumbled. You spoke about Auschwitz and my stomach rumbled. That's my solidarity.
Solidarity, I get it. I missed lunch. as well.
We've all had hard times.
Sorry, I'm getting off track here. So the tattooed baby, that's the figure it's one of the Wayans brothers.
I mean, do you know, just talking about movies about little people, Cullen introduces everybody to Ryan Cullen, friend of the podcast. He introduces everyone to Tiptoes. Have you seen this?
Nah.
Oh man, he told me about it. It's Gary Oldman. It's Tiptoes, and he plays a.
I haven't seen it, but he's told us to watch it.
I've not seen it either, but he's shown me clips of it, and it's batshit.
Is it even that old?
No, Brad Pitt's in it. Brad Pitt plays his brother.
Is
normal
height.
Of average height.
Well, I would say normal.
I don't know.
I think Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
my kid hangs around with black children, Chinese children, normal children. Like, Pep, that doesn't sound inclusive. Yeah. What are you doing?
I love when people fuck shit up.
No, all the way normal. But tired with that, I don't know, but like, I'd love to describe it. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or normal. Just put it in. When you've already said the thing that everybody would go to in their head if you said normal, like the majority thing. But throw the majority thing on the list and just confuse people with what the normal is.
Yeah, it's so true, man. It's funny how someone, like, you just put a bit of stank on something, but if you hit it and move on quick enough, people are just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. Don't know if that was that came from the right place. But
did you watch the Gary Oldman one?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've seen a couple of scenes. There's a bit, it's so funny, man, where clearly all that's happening is they've built a prop couch and Gary Oldman is standing with his legs through the couch.
Oh no, he's like legs.
Yeah. So his body is on the couch, but all they've done is just make a pair of fake little person legs that dangle over the end of the couch. And they're
Deadpool.
Mate, they're so fake looking legs. It's like they've made it look like, you know, like a ventriloquist dummy doll where they just hang on. It's so funny, man.
Have they done that, like, knowingly? Did they use all of the budget on Gary Oldman?
I'm really sure it's like a very serious film. Like, it's a bit, like, it's not a comedy or that.
But they haven't even tried with it.
Oh man, but that confirms what I think is we give actors too much credit, and actually, like that Tropic Thunder thing where like they're so, like all actors are so vacuous that they are willing to go along with it. You know that Tropic Thunder where it was like you never go full R word.
It's been that long since I've seen Tropic Thunder.
That was Gary Oldman's full R word. He went full retard and right where it was like, how did at no point in this film when your tiny fake legs are dangling over the edge of a couch and you're talking to Brad Pitt, did someone not come in and go, I think we've fucked this, lads?
You think there'd be a little bit of integrity where your team around you's like, yeah, you shouldn't do this.
Also, how gutty would you be if you get, because you got the audition for that movie. Imagine being Peter Dinklage. You look around the audition and you go, I've got this in the fucking bag, sure. And then they give it to Gary Oldman. You must feel almost as bad as when another part comes up for a little person and you're in there and Peter Dinklage comes in and he goes, oh, I'm not fucking getting out of it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, he's the guy.
At least with The Ringer, they actually used like people with special needs.
And it made it so much better.
In The Ringer.
Yeah, it made it so much funnier.
Because who has read, like, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah. He went. I watched
that. Up for that,
yeah, he went pretty full on for that. Well, if you had to play, what's like a good medical like condition that's not been played in a film that you'd like to do? Because there's there's waves.
I think the only one I could pull off is deaf.
You just like to be deaf. Oh, deaf! I think you said deaf.
Deaf. I mean, no one's listening to this. I could be offended, but I don't know. Like, I think I could pull it off.
I think you probably could. Actually.
I think I could do it.
Could you?
But I wouldn't want to. Even though I just like unprompted give it a go.
Yeah, but I just don't know what the market is for the deaf guy movie. The plight of being deaf.
Okay.
I like how you.
I wonder if I could do a little bit.
I like how you didn't make an attempt to, like, you would do it in sign language. You would just do it in a deaf voice.
Because it's like that like that voice, like it's a shame.
Yeah.
Because they can't hear themselves, and that's why it sounds like that. They haven't tuned it, but they can still speak.
Yeah.
So it's not like.
No, totally.
It's not like that. Their voice is a disability. It's just they haven't been able to tune it.
And it's funny because it's exactly like if you try and like talk underwater or something. It's that exact sound.
Especially when breathing between sentences.
Don't try and talk underwater. By the way, you will die.
Did I ever tell you about when we're in the pool with we're on holiday together, right? And just a group of the boys, and Milo McCabe was in the pool. Men, actually, not boys.
It's in the pool with all these boys.
And and Milo McKay was in, and I come up from like a fucking shallow water dive or whatever, right? Come up, and I was like, he smelled the tiles at the bottom of the pool. They're fucking stinking, right? And I just said that thinking that they would just do what you did and laugh at the premise of smelling something underwater. And Milo went under for a smell, and then I thought he was just joining in on the bit, right? And I was like, well, I'll just look at each other, because we just gathered around chatting, and I joined the conversation, come in with that. Milo went under to smell the tiles, right? And we're like, is he joining in on the bit? And he went, is this a prank? Well, you're going to stamp on my head. And even at the bottom of the pool, just before he breathed it up his nose, he was like, no, they're going to get me here.
Oh my God, you almost killed Troy Hawk.
And before it begun. That would have been before Troy Hawk was even conceived.
Oh my God, I'd love to see a video of Troy welcoming people to a swimming pool now. Right, have a good smell of the tiles on your way there.
There was another one that, I think it was that very same trip actually. It's a festival of Saint Firmin, which is that bull run thing, right? Where on the streets, everyone wears the same stuff, like the white t-shirt, white shorts, and a red sash. So everyone's like that. And then there's this one guy, right, who we're getting in for breakfast sandwiches, like coffee breakfast sandwiches. Like people were queuing to get in, right? And there was just this one guy stood outside with like that get up on, but he'd taken his t-shirt off, right? And he had a police hat on, and that's the only thing that said policeman. And he went, passaporte, as we got to the door. Right, and Milo like rummaged from his pockets and apologised and said that it was back at the accommodation to this topless non-policeman.
Well, yeah, I've got a story for you.
Why do you need a passport to get into the sandwich shop?
I've got one for you. When me and my mates went to Ibiza years and years ago, and we ended up on this, like, after all the clubs and everything, it was like 6 a.m. We were like, oh, come on, let's keep going. And they're like, there's this part of the beach that everybody goes to after hours, and it's lovingly named Ket Cove.
Ket Cove.
And it's just like people come down and stuff, but we went to this bit. We were all just like really drunk and that, but we're down on this beach and everyone's like, there's music blasting. Probably 60, 70 people there, still just partying and stuff. And it was towards the end of the holidays, and that bit when you're getting like, sort of like teary-eyed, thinking like, what a trip this has been. I have to get back to normal life soon and all that.
You're hanging, but you've got one more burst of energy.
Yeah, we were having that like weird wee moment on the beach, and then everyone started freaking out a wee bit. Like everybody started to, and they're like, oh, police are here, police. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm just in swimming trunks at this point, so is pretty much everybody. And a police guy comes and he gets everybody on the beach, music stops, he goes, women in a line here, men in a line here. And I'm like, oh fucking hell. And he starts going down, he just goes down the line of women and just sort of looks them up and down. But then he starts coming down the line of guys and he's like, oh, we're looking for drugs or drogas or whatever they pronounce it. And he's like, cocaine, like we're checking. And he goes along and he starts opening up the front of every guy's swimming trunks.
Nah.
And like looking down. And we're all like,
he got molested by a pig.
And he went along, did hours. Like some guys he put like a wee hand down, I'm sure, like he got in there. But he just like was going along having a wee look. And then he was like, okay, I got really tense and people were like, oh fuck, like didn't find anything off anyone, and eventually just like disappeared. People started to like kind of shake it off and get back to like dancing and stuff, and then me and all my mates like looked at each other like, that guy was just wearing like flip flops. He had nothing to say that he was a policeman. And it was afterwards like, yeah, that's definitely just a thing that guy does. We just let a man in a t-shirt and shorts molest us on the beach.
The worst thing is, if a fucking man in flip-flops wanted to look at me cock, I'd probably show him, but if a policeman demanded to look at me cock, he's not saying it. He's fucking out of course of fuss.
Probably show him. It was just the way like, we all immediately group conformed. Just let this guy look at you, Willie, and it'll all be over soon. I was like, oh man, how gullible would I be?
He just fucking went home and thrashed it.
Oh my god, but I know like he
ran straight back in his flip-flops, chafing between his toes.
I know as soon as he got without eyes shut off the beach, he must have been like, I can't believe I keep getting away with this.
And they had no drugs either, so they used it all. There's all that coke dick. Just a whole row of coke dick.
There was
right
nothing
there.
worth seeing there, for sure.
Just shriveled up, cold, cokey.
Oh man, I hate, like, I couldn't go back to like a party place like that, which is good. I don't think you're supposed to want to when you're.
We kind of returned on a stag do to Benidorm because like just fucking somewhere we could play golf that everybody could afford.
Yeah.
And then went out into the strip as well. And I am like well long in the tooth for that kind of trip now. I used to like staying out late and having a drink and all that, but like I'm not about dancing.
Nah.
I'm not about.
Look into the lens, we're going to put motivational music over that. I'm up for a late night, I'll stay out till the bitter end.
Aye.
But I'm not about dancing.
Just don't make us move me bones in that way.
yeah.
I'd rather go for a run. I'd rather go get drunk, go for a run.
I feel like every male group of friends has got a runner in it, a pissed runner.
Yeah.
My mate Mike, I haven't seen him in ages actually, but just as soon as he got a drink in him, there's something about, it wasn't the money aspect, but there's something about like, he hated the idea of getting in a taxi when the night was already started.
Jog home at the
He's
end
like,
of the
come on
night.
lads, it's not far, let's just run, and he would just go.
I've known that to happen there. Have you met Ricketts?
No.
He's a bit of a feature on this podcast. He's one of them names that just keeps coming up. You know, he's not a comedian, but like professional +1. He's always
great. Love that.
Right, so I was on like I used to work with him in the sports centre, lifeguards back in the day, and out in Newcastle, which is a good fucking. It's canny way. It's about 10 miles from Blythe, right? Around about that, I haven't got my trundle wheel. But he ended up having a fight with one of the other lads and the fucking traded blows. And no one really got hurt, but like he fucked off. And we were all like waiting in the pre-prepared minibus to get home, and he just didn't show up for it. And we're trying to ring him on his Nokia. There's no sign of him. And the cunt was sprinting back.
He just like
there was a fair than Blythe as well. So maybe it's about 13 miles. I don't know, right? But he ran back, and he says afterwards he got bored on the way home and started having a wank. So he would have been running down the Stein Road. For the people that know the roads of the United Kingdom, the A189. And fucking drunken Ricketts just thrashed it on one of the most dangerous roads in the northeast as well.
Was he run wanking or did he pull in for a wank?
Nah, he was keeping pace. He was keeping rhythm.
Run wank is mental.
He was having a run wank down the Stein Road.
Man, imagine what a way to like finish an Ironman. Crossing the finish line, having a sprint tug.
Triathlon, just you've got to have a wank in each one. Swimming, running in circles. Just swimming, running in circles, trying to find your wank.
He seems to be thrashing in the water a lot, but not getting very far.
The pool's just like a fucking lava lamp.
Oh man, the cycle wank would be tough as well. That's sore on the undercarriage, lots of stuff bouncing about. Fucking run wank is so funny.
You're going to have to do it with bow legs, I think, cycle wank. You're going to have to do bow-legged cycle wank.
Could you imagine passing a guy on a stretcher? Late at night, you go, I hope this guy's alright, and as it goes closer, he's just having a run.
Yeah, you got to put on it, we'll be like, run!
As you put it up him, he's like, what's that thing from Breaking Bad where he's like, you think I'm in danger, I am the danger.
I am the danger. Oh man, imagine like a car broke down or something and they're just looking in the rear view mirror and he's just descending on like Ricketts is just bombing on, thrashing it.
Perfect eye contact in the rear view mirror. Aye. Just coming down like Michael Myers.
It's getting the car to push, and he's like, I wouldn't bend over there, son.
Run wank is despicable.
It's like fucking one of my core memories that happened.
I've never heard of a run wank.
No, it's an absolute core memory. It's like I'll often like when people have met Ricketts and they get they'll run out. He done when we were younger.
Oh man, that is so fucking funny. Everybody, there's always one of those fiends in every group of friends. Like one guy that just like got weirdly exposed to sexual stuff early. Like there's always like when you're 12 and one guy in the group is like, "Are you wanking yet?" Right. Well,
he was heavily
playing with Tonka trucks still.
Oh,
you can wank and play with them.
I haven't got pubes yet. Don't respond to us.
Yeah. What else do you do when you're running? I'm usually playing tag, mate. Fucking hell.
Get bored.
That's a new variation on tag. Wank tag. Standing there, you're like, oh, I've been caught.
When you just get caught, you're stuck in the mud. Catchy kissy.
Catchy wanky. Oh, Jesus, man.
There's a fucking lot in my head. There's a theme to this. Me and Ricketts had been on a night out and this girl ended up coming back to me flat, right? And we ended up playing strip worms. You know
the computer game.
You know the computer game worms, right? You just get 3 worms, each of you got 3 teams, each of you got 4 worms, and we just went right, like let's spoil the student like 4 items of clothing, right? And then it ended up where the girl was in her bra and knickers, and I was doing pretty well, and then Ricketts just turned on me. Ricketts turned on us in the middle of the game of worms and got us completely naked. He just fucking pulled out his fucking A game.
Oh my
God. Got us bollock naked.
Then turned the gun on himself. Right,
I was like, oh no, I've been hit. Oh no, another one.
You know what you should have done, mate? What you should have done is got the N64 track and field.
I just want to take it back. It wasn't a girl that came back, but it was a woman. It was a woman. Track and field.
Get the N64 track and field there.
Strip track and field.
Watch Ricketts get bored.
Ricketts is trying to have a wank when he's doing 100 metres.
Mate, he must have loved the Nintendo Wii when it came out. And then, this comes a porn already on it.
Nintendo sex, mate.
Do. They still gets a stiffy when he goes do.
He pauses it.
Oh, fucking hell, that's so funny. The Wankathlon. What a way to win, man. I'd honestly pay anyone to see every sport end that way. Like a dominant.
Any sport where you've got to get a wank out in the middle of the sport.
A total dominant.
The UFC would just do like unwatchable. Absolutely unwatchable.
I'm fairly certain that probably already exists.
I can watch a man having a wank where someone hits him. When somebody drops his card, drops his card.
See, if you're in a naked choke and you know you're not getting out of it, it might be an amazing way to get out of a submission if you just start chugging one.
I mean, it's meant to be one of the best orgasms you ever have, right?
But like,
people die that way.
You just look back at the guy and go.
I'd
let him go.
Strangle wank in the UFC.
I'd let him go. Oh, fuck, that's funny.
What other sports? Tennis would just be shite.
There'd be a lot more grunting though. We haven't even started the frame yet.
Love.
It's all love. Oh god, what else should there be? I'd love to, because everyone would change. David Goggins' stuff would be even better, even more motivational. Just watching him tie his hands and legs together, jump in the water and come out finished. Believe in yourself.
Stay hard.
Have you seen that video of him where he zip ties his hands and feet together and jumps in a lake?
Nah.
And it's all about like overcoming fear and all that. And his poor wife is standing on the dock just filming him, and he's like, and he eventually manages to get himself out of the water again. I'm like, that poor woman, like, she's like, could you imagine? Again, like if having like a dog walker walk past, you're standing on the end of a jetty filming your husband drowning himself.
Wives of Instagram. Well, your wives of Instagram for someone that's apparently hard as nails, but you're there with like your fucking tripod and getting the lighting right for him. You're just an influencer, Dave. Yeah. You've just become an influencer.
That's how it's happening.
If you're as hard as you confess, you'd like. There's people doing this in their own time without putting it on the internet, David.
Tell you what though, I did it, this is so embarrassing because it was only a half marathon, but I did a half marathon last year and I didn't train for it enough. Nice. And I'm just telling you, that's what got me round is, there's these compilations on Spotify of like David Goggins speeches set to motivational music. And like I'm telling you, man, it gives you superpowers. The back 4 miles was tough until David Goggins just started telling me to fight my inner bitch. and all that stuff to like Marvel movie music.
There's one on my playlist like that. I'm gonna tell you what it's called so you can find it in your own time. Because I did find with when I was doing the 5k and I was trying to do 5k in under 20 minutes, which like it's not a PB for us because I was amazing at running when I was in my 20s, but like it was just like a current best for
personal best. Current crossing the finish line. That's a personal best.
Personal beast. So I was really like coming in like seconds over 20 minutes like a couple of times in a row.
That's tough.
And I decided to like try and build my playlist. So like this is what I started. Oh, you know what? I thought I'd change things around, but I haven't.
Right.
Robber Bank by Confetti.
Right.
The Last Circus 2018 by Mike Emilio. Black Skinhead, Kanye West.
Skinhead is great.
You're not slowing down listening to Black Skinhead.
Black Skinhead has a lyric in it that really bothers me. He says, keep it 300 like the Romans.
And that's
it's actually the Spartans that were 300.
It's like that one that like go down on me like a cello or something. And cello's a string instrument.
It catches my ear every time. Throws me right off my wank.
X Go and Give It to You.
Great.
And Fuck Normal is the one that you made me think of there. It's spelt with a V instead of a U.
Right.
I mean, why would you be normal?
Exactly.
Fuck Normal.
Fuck Normal, but also I don't want to get censored on Spotify.
You know, I had a show called Fuck Protocol in 2014. Like, it was mostly about rules, and like it ended up where like I had done all this training to do CPR, and then it came to the CPR bit, and like a lot of my training went out the window.
Right.
This is what I do to the resuscitation dummy.
Yeah, time to improvise.
So I wanted to call it Fuck Protocol because it's like sometimes you fucking do the thing you've been told and sometimes you use your initiative, but just like there's the rules there, so there's like a lot to do with rules and initiative and fucking, and then this situation where it was life or death and I had to just like fucking
of course you'd immediately crumble.
And I luckily saved the guy's life, so it had a fucking nice ending of it and stuff, but that was the show. But they wouldn't let us put posters up with Fuck Protocol written on, due to protocol, and I ended up calling the show Stuff Protocol. It had a little asterisk on it and an asterisk at the bottom, due to protocol. I'm sorry, but due to protocol, I wasn't allowed to use the word that I had initially called the show.
It's so annoying. It's supposed to be this big explosion of art and all that, and it's like, but you're not allowed to say little swear words. Fuck off.
It's next to Craig Hill's Blown by a Fan.
Read between the lines. But,
so the last one for the last minute, right? Because if you're doing this in 20 minutes, it's a longer than 20-minute podcast. But the one for the last portion of the last kilometre is so fucking basic, bitch. I the Tiger.
I know, but
from Rocky.
If that doesn't get you going, that Rocky speech as well about how hard you can get hit and keep going. Mate. We need to admit sometimes, I think sometimes with cinema and that we like to try and act that we're too cool for school, but you need to realise that those speeches were written to make dumb men like us want to go to fucking war, and it's something in it that still works.
Well, there's always more in the tank. There's always more in the tank than what you think, right?
That real rule of 40% thing that the Navy SEALs have, where they say that when you start to feel tired, you're really at about 40% capacity.
Yeah,
it's mental more than it is physical.
You notice this if you go to an MMA gym.
Yeah,
like you'll get a training session off a coach that you could never put yourself through in a million years.
Yeah, of course.
And like you can get closer to that as you get more disciplined.
Aye.
But you're never gonna get that quite there. There's always more to get out of you. So if you can get it out of you with fucking music or motivational quotes or like that, like I'm pretty good at running, and I don't think like I'm much fitter than other people. I take drugs, I smoke, I drink, and my diet isn't fucking great. But I'm good at running because I feel like I don't have the off switch where other people have the off switch. Where other people go, fuck this. Like I've got a little bit of a self-negotiation where I'm like, I'm actually fine. It's like eating hot food, you're not going to burn your mouth.
I think I'm quite mentally tough as well, like, because I'm not very physically fit. I've been, there's been times in my life where I've been really physically fit. But right now I'm a bit out of shape, but when did it stop?
Like pretty early doors by the looks of it. We've got a mic on there.
Oh, that's a shame.
So that is a shame.
I don't think we would have got The Wankathlon.
Nah, there's look, I'm just kind of doing the barrel of the lens now. You've been listening to a lot of this on the camera mic because we lost I'm still tagging into this, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fill them.
The fucking one time the laptop's behind me because of the situation. We're just gonna turn this off and check the time and maybe come back with some proper sound. So we're back. I'm sorry about that. The Audacity cut off. You could probably see it if you're watching. You could have seen it on the screen.
You can see the exact moment it fucks up.
Quite sad about that because we're just saying that Ricketts wank story might have been.
Could have been a Hall of Famer. It might still be a Hall of Famer.
A very good clip.
Yeah.
We're going to try and do our best to make the sound from the camera as good as possible. So if you've survived 30 minutes of that means we've done an okay job.
Yeah. My half degree as a sound engineer is not wasted.
Is that your background?
I've got an HND in sound design, sound technology and design. I didn't manage to catch us.
Nah.
Not recording.
You weren't hired for that role.
That's it.
You were here purely for entertainment, Connor.
Every now and then I'll school someone at a venue on how to properly coil a cable.
Aye. You good at that?
Take them to, mate, it's a real trick to
a little twist.
Preserves the life of the cable.
Do you do a little twist when you're coiling it?
It's just like the hand.
Like when you're pulling when the lifeguard rope.
Hey, when you see someone do it like bending it around their elbow.
Oh aye.
Mate, you're gonna damage that cable.
That's no good.
Right, hand over hand. Alright. I switched to electrical engineering when I realised there was no money in being a sound engineer.
No, there's not.
Well, unless you're one of the very, very good ones. And then I was like...
But you have to go through so many
I was just a fanny. I was 18 at college.
You have to go through so many low paid jobs to get something that's of worth.
Isn't it funny, I was like, everyone was like, you're just going to have to go freelance. And I was like, it just sounds like so much work. And then I've ended up in a career where you have to do fucking everything yourself anyway.
Now you're an accountant.
Man.
And you're doing logistics and you're doing
constant
promotion.
I'll never moan.
I'll
never moan because I've had shit jobs. And I know loads of people who have shit jobs, but just generally being self-employed is fucking hard. When every job I've done before this was employed by a company, and you do realise how much stuff gets done for you. Even just having your tax calculated for you and taken off you every month. Doing your own tax return is fucking disgusting.
Getting paid on a regular basis.
Absolutely disgusting. And it's such a bullshit system where they go, right, it's up to you to calculate how much you was. But then if you send too little, all of a sudden they knew all along exactly. Because if you say underpay, they go, no, that's not enough. And you go, so you fucking know how much it is then?
What it is then? What you do?
Just tell me the figure that you've got written down there and I'll give you that. It's such fucking hot shit, man.
And it's there's also the jeopardy of something going wrong. Even just
is this recording or is this stopped again?
Oh no, it's stopped again. I didn't even hear that. Fuck's sake. Alright, you're still listening on that. Look, we tried.
Kai's driven his laptop.
What did we get? How did that happen? Because that said 17 seconds, but we looked over well after 17 seconds. So that's that kept rolling and then cut back.
Really weird,
yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I think Audacity's fucked, mate.
So, I don't know what to do. Right, we'll just fucking wrap this up with finishing this thought and then get to the gig and giving them a short shit podcast.
We'll give
good content, but shit quality.
Well, I reckon we can salvage this. I reckon we can salvage it.
Good.
But it won't sound as good as a normal one. But still, very, very quickly we should tell them a wee bit about the last few days on tour.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I still need
it. We still need them, don't we? So at the minute we're in Lithuania, where it's the only chance you've got to get a haircut.
Yeah,
and you refuse to get a haircut.
I just everyone here's haircut, I'm sorry, is so Balkan, where it's just a lot of harsh lines, a lot of Alfredo Morelos haircuts going on here. I'm just too scared, man. There's also in Oslo, everyone's English is unbelievable. Should have done it there. But then here it's people's English is still really good, but there's still some translation happening.
Yeah.
And I'm too scared to get a fucked up here.
Yeah, I walked past a barber's and he was getting such a step. He'd shaved the side and there was such a step, and I was I don't know, is he going to blend that in?
It's very
severe. Is Connor going to take a risk?
It's very severe. So I'm just going to look fucking semi-homeless until the end of the tour now, I think.
And I've just done some trying to project. I'm trying to project now.
Yeah.
I've just done Lithuanian cuisine experience.
How was that?
They do lovely potatoes. Had some
They
nice.
can cook the shit out of a tatty in this country.
I had some nice, but it was really nice though because it's done like a dumpling.
Right.
Like, I guess I don't know what they do to make this dumpling.
Are these zeppelins?
Yeah, zeppelins. Do you know zeppelins?
These,
yeah, and it was filled with pork. Which is like such a, because it's an old Jewish meal,
right.
And then they've just took the Jewish meal and put pork in it and made it unclean. Who knows?
I wonder what happened to all the Lithuanian Jews and they're not here to cook the food there.
They just took that cuisine and stained it.
Yeah.
Actually stained that memory. So I had that, and then had this like non-alcoholic beer is not what it was. But describing it makes it sound like non-alcoholic beer.
Right. Okay.
It's like a bread-based drink, like a wheat-based.
Yeah, I mean you're not sold me.
It's liquid bread.
Liquid bread.
I had liquid bread and potato. Lithuania.
Lithuania. Never change. Because you've seen this thing about the Balkan breakfast.
No.
Looking at the guys, it became a Twitter trend and. I wanted to speak to the guys from Lithuania about it, and yeah, no, that's literally just how we eat. And it's just a guy who, he has like a tomato, a cucumber, a bit of bread, a bit of cheese, and like sausages. And he just picks them up one after the other and takes a bite out of each. And it's like, it's just how they eat it, and then like takes a bite out of an onion. And then along
so he puts instead of mixing the things into a meal, he eats.
He just picks up the onion, takes a bite out of it. Picks up the tomato, puts a wee bit of salt on it, takes a bite out of it. Picks up the cucumber, snaps a bit off, mouthful of sausage, bit of cheese, and then he's downing it all with like drinking yogurt, like thin Greek yogurt. Because I remember being like, see, that looks like liberating because it's like primal.
Yeah.
So I did one at home.
You just ate it bit by bit.
It's it's so good.
Fill your mouth full of stuff.
It's so
but
good.
I kind of will get like a bit of sausage and a bit of egg and put them in together. Is it just that?
No, because it's just like the whole point is that you finish chewing the thing and then go to something else. Oh, so it's just a lump of bread. Finish that, and then he picks up the onion, takes a mouthful of that, puts that down, swallows the onion, has a wee mouthful of yogurt. Then he'll go to the cucumber, snap a bit of that off and eat it.
It's very mindful, but we'd be missing my flight if we did that every morning breakfast.
I know, true. Yeah, we've got that weird breakfast that we had in Norway where it was like, do you know what's funny is all these European hotel breakfasts, it's like, do you know in The Simpsons or that where they go to they're going through the universes and then they think that they're back to their normal one and then it starts raining and it's donuts. And they're like, alright, well, close enough. That's what the breakfasts are like here, where it's like everything's almost perfect. And then one element of the breakfast is some really weird European version of what it would be back home.
Yeah.
Like yesterday in Oslo, it was like a really good cooked breakfast. And then the only sausages were like tiny kids, like wee willy winky turkey sausages.
Like they're getting like beans and hot dogs and sieved out the beans. Taking just them hot dogs that you get in the beans and sausages.
It was just them.
And then just, do you want them on your breakfast? Not really, but I will.
It's like the closest thing I'm going to get to a proper thing. But so I missed hotel breakfast in Lithuania, but you said it wasn't up to much, was it?
Nah.
No.
No, it was pretty basic.
Aye.
But like you say, like a copy of the English breakfast,
but just not quite
right. Like as if there's like I don't know, like something.
And you know what, man?
Kind of plastic in it.
I'm sick of like I'm getting a bit sick of, especially Americans having to go at British food. Because like I'm not making fun of the cultures here, but like when you travel this part of the world, you're like, here British food is really good, and like varied, and there's a lot going on. Because here I feel like it's like in these last few ones we go like, if you're not really into like fish, you're having a tough time here.
Oh yeah.
Like, options are limited.
Yeah, there's some places like I was in the Maldives there, and I was like, like it'd be good if you didn't like fish. Like so much of the nice food
I mean, I like
fish,
but like some of this stuff's pretty full on. Where it's just like, I don't think they have a whole wall in the supermarket here that's just different types of like pickled herring in a jar.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if I could do that. Like
not about that life.
Nah. Other than that, the bakery was sensational.
Aye.
One of the best supermarket bakeries I've ever seen.
Is that where you went when we were having a Lithuanian
just went over there,
experience?
yeah. I had a bunch of fucking admin and that to sort, so I had to go over there. But it was nice, man. I quite like walking around a foreign supermarket. Because you go like, oh, we're all actually quite similar. There's mostly the same stuff here.
Yeah, culturally there's like, we're heading out for the same things.
Totally.
We just do them like a slight bit different.
And the layout of the supermarket was all like the exact same as it was home. Do you know what I mean? Like they had a wee bit where there was sandwiches.
Oh, do they still have the culture of putting the milk all the way at the back to get you to walk past all the other products to get the thing? That's not,
the bread and
that's not just a British phenomenon.
Yeah. So I don't know, there's something quite comforting about walking around a place like that and like seeing how similar it is.
So what else did we do since Dublin? So we went to Portugal actually.
We were in Lisbon, which was...
That was nice because we got to wear t-shirts.
Yeah, and then straight to Oslo, which was -3.
That was the hottest day of the trip and the coldest day of the trip, and there was about a 25-degree swing in a 24-hour period.
No, I wonder why I feel ill.
And then I introduced you to shuffleboard in Oslo.
Oh man,
which is such a good competitive.
Best pub game. Honestly, I would put over darts, even pool in that, because
I think so.
Like pool, I can understand why people don't like pool, because even if you're shite at pool, you need to have a base level of ability to enjoy the game. Whereas shuffleboard, you can literally just, after 3 or 4 games, you start to feel yourself getting much better at it. But yeah, I don't think we could do it back in the UK.
It's a good game to play drunk. There's such an element of luck involved.
Yeah.
Like you could have played the best shot in the world and somebody just can just whack at it with a straight shot. So yeah, it keeps changing who's winning.
Totally.
Like within a game.
Just class company as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to the promoters.
Shandy and Christine.
Christine, just like super cool. Couldn't be any more accommodating to us.
Oh, they were so fun.
Such a laugh. It makes all the difference, especially when you're away from home. When you land at a place and people are just really nice to you.
Yeah, that's what I've been excited about if you're coming out on this tour. As I'm like, oh, you're going to meet Chandy, you're going to meet Kaulius, you're going to meet Lewis in Estonia.
Yeah.
Like, there's this handful of people who I've been working with over the years. I'm like, oh, these are all like brand new characters in your life now. And
I know, man, it's great. And you know, and now if they come over to Edinburgh during the Fringe or that, we'd be able to grab a drink and stuff. And very quickly, last night we had to grab a McDonald's because it was the only thing that was open. And if you follow Kai on Instagram, you would have seen his Lithuanian bin shoes that he picked up. Yeah,
there's a swanky pair of fucking shoes with a buckle.
They just look like they were made for doing that, that Balkan dance.
Yeah, perfect. And they were just they weren't in disrepair.
No, they were in good nick.
But they were on top of a bin for whatever reason, so I'm now linked to a crime scene, as one of my Instagram followers pointed out. Like somebody has ditched them, man. Now your DNA is all over them.
That's a good point, actually. And you said they were soaking in.
They've been rained on. Rained on.
Not testing.
I'm not putting them back on, you're testing them. Chuck them in the bin, he's pissed off, he trainers, the daft gun. Trainers, you're not doing much spotting them running down the spike.
And you know what's funny though, is like, this is such a backwards thing, but I almost feel like you might see a Lithuanian person doing sport in them. Just a guy turning up to the basketball court with loafers on and just dunking on your feet.
Just whatever.
To come straight from work.
Right, well, I think we've got to wrap this up. I'm going to put that down because I never needed it.
I know, it's all lies.
We're going to wrap this up. I hope that podcast worked because I enjoyed that, Connor. So thanks for your company. If that's all it was me and he having a chat in a room.
It's still nice.
Nice way to spend the afternoon.
A really well lit chat.
Yeah. And if it did reach your ears, if we did salvage it, we will be continuing the tour into... By the time you get this, I think it might be the Budapest and Prague.
Budapest,
and then you're going to head home.
I am, and then you've got like another 6 or something.
And I'm going to hang around and do go to my website, kaihumphries.com.
Yeah. And
there's some dates on there. If you're listening in the UK, I've put loads of extra dates on in 2025, and Connor's doing a full tour in 2025. So get about that. Go and get your tickets. And I believe Daniel put a Patreon special out where it was just him. I think that might be the public episode now, and this might be the Patreon one. We might have to switch them around. Saying that though, yous have paid for it.
Yeah.
But you're the more forgiving ones.
I know, and I feel like if they're dedicated enough to be patrons, they will listen to the slightly less good audio.
That's true.
Aye.
I mean, either way, if you're a patron, you're gonna get both episodes. So that's that.
Nice.
Thank you.